I'm always worried. Always. I try to not let that show.
So in September, when the whole rehearsals, everything started, I could tell most of the kids, they were really worried.
If you're auditioning, grab a form, fill it out. If you're stage crew, hang tight. Make sure you get one of these to fill out, okay? Go into the art room, have a seat on the floor, and fill this out. Let's go. There we go.
My name's Rudy Lane, and I have been teaching drama at A.G. Wright Middle School for 21 years. I started in August of '01, and I've been here ever since. It's my home.
Mr. Lane is an awesome director and teacher. I've never had a better teacher, I feel like.
Oh, Mr. Lane. Mr. Lane is a great director. He's fun, he's chill, but at the same time, he really knows how to run a show.
Just keep this in mind. Our whole goal is to entertain, provide escapism, and have that audience not think about one thing but the show.
And we need to shut up.
All right? For 1 hour, we have the ability to make them forget all the stress in their lives, and they're going to be focused on this and have a great time.
Hey, my name is Carly Hegna. I'm the principal at A.G. Wright Middle School, and this is my first year here. Once I did get here, I did hear about Mr. Lane, and he is epic. He is a crowd favorite. People love being in his class. The students love being in his class. The parents fully support him, and he really does take it to a new level that is just epic. It's awesome.
He's really nice, really fun. I really, really wish I could have had him for drama this year. I put it as my top elective all years. I only got it when we were virtual, so I was really sad about that.
People are gonna look back on this and they're gonna be like, that's what it was like during COVID for kids. And they're never gonna appreciate how hard it is. It's difficult.
COVID. Well, it's made things harder. My name is James Foster, and I'm the CTT at A.G. Wright, which is basically Stafford's term for a network administrator. I've been helping produce the plays since about 2015. COVID has cost us a lot of wonderful opportunities. That's not to say that we're not making up for it now, but it has definitely cost us.
My name is Roman Bull, and I'm the technology education teacher at A.G. Wright for the past 13 years. We talk at school making lemonade out of lemons, and certainly COVID has been the biggest pile of lemons ever.
So having a play produced this year ended up being so much more important than I thought that it would be.
Providing this type of play enriches the kids because it's something outside of normal academics, and especially now in the middle of the pandemic, we found that kids are stressed and more overwhelmed and have more anxiety more than ever, and getting back to a normal in school provides a release for the kids, and just seeing them looking forward to doing something extra really changes the kids' motivation.
I decided to do The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. As a kid, it was one of my favorite stories. I had a 45 record. I don't know if you remember the See and Say books where you would read and turn the page and, you'd listen to the record. And I remember wearing that record out. I loved it. I loved the story. I loved the illustrations. The illustrations were kind of creepy. They were done in black and white. And like I said, it's always been a childhood favorite story of mine. And I was going to open up near Halloween. I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to do it.
This will be the week of Halloween, so this show is going to be prime time for that time frame.
When I think about The Show Must Go On, I think that this performance and the fact that Mr. Lane and his production crew and everybody who looked at this as a challenge that could be taken on and they would carry out anything in order to kind of overcome any obstacle in order to make sure that the production were to continue is such a great example of what we need to be doing in society right now.
My name is Allison Speet. I am Leah Speet's mother. This is normal. This is getting back into what school is about.
So, joining the play, it made me feel, more excited to, be back into things again.
I think it was important to have the opportunity with the play because a lot of the kids, they were at home most of the year and they really didn't get out of the house much, and they didn't have a lot of opportunities to have fun and make friends.
My name is Amy Cook and my daughter is Alyssa Cook. I was glad to see that there was going to be, I guess what we all say, a little more sense of normality, more like life used to be in a way, which I think was healthy for them psychologically as well.
It was pretty hard keeping the friendships and making friends because there was no way to really interact.
We only use Chromebooks and electronics for teaching ever since we started doing online school.
Virtual learning was very difficult for her. Not having the other types of people that she did connect with made her become much more isolated.
I do feel like I lost a lot of friends and my education because I was virtual at home for COVID. I feel like it was really hard to keep up with the schoolwork when you weren't in class.
Because of COVID, I didn't really hang out with my friends that much.
I definitely lost contact with a bunch of my friends.
COVID has definitely affected my friendships. Oh my gosh. My friendships, because in 6th grade, I had this best friend, and 7th grade, I was homeschooled, and she still went to Holy Cross, my old school, and we slowly drifted away. The last time I ever saw her was at her birthday party. She didn't really realize I was there. A couple days later, she called me and says, "Hey, I don't think this is gonna work out. You're just not here anymore, and I already found some new people." So COVID's definitely really affected me.
My name is Karen Swala, and my daughter is Kaylee Crouch. Yeah, this was really rough when she lost this friendship with her. It was her best friend from Holy Cross, and they were really close. They spent a lot of time together, and then with all the time apart, when they finally got together, they're two completely different people. So the whole friendship kind of dissolved. So it was really hard on her.
It's been so difficult because everything's changed.
The students returning to school after being at home for a year and a half has been an immense change for everyone.
My name is Marlene Giusti, and I am the parent of Evelise Giusti. When it was time to return to brick and mortar, I was concerned about how the kids would be kept safe.
We try and keep the kids as safe as possible, as safe as we possibly can, with mask wearing and washing hands and social distancing as much as we possibly can. But it's hard. It's very difficult.
We definitely risked it with this. There is a pandemic still in progress, and things are getting better even as I speak, but that doesn't mean that we're out of danger.
They did say that if school went back to virtual, then it wouldn't be possible to do, since we wouldn't be back in school.
What if this gets canceled? Or what if one of us gets COVID and we can't do this?
If one of us was positive for COVID, we were all out.
If someone catches COVID in our cast, then, it could be just, we're done.
I mean, you can't really predict the future, so it was either going to go one way or another, or maybe even sideways.
My pessimistic self sometimes just says, this is not going to end well.
I had a lot of concerns with returning to in-person learning. I was very worried about our family getting sick, but I also knew that she needed a better education. She needed to be in person with a teacher and to get back to socializing and relearn how to socialize, basically, with other people.
During the pandemic, what we have really found is students are socially stunted a year or two. A big part of school isn't just learning, it's learning how to interact with people. And so as we come back to school, we found that students have kind of forgotten how to communicate with each other, and they're afraid to go near each other. You know, we always say stay socially distant, and it's outside of their normal group. They're afraid to interact with other people.
It was really weird going back to school because I hadn't really seen anyone in a long time.
Coming back, I feel like it was a breath of fresh air because, you know, I felt more willing to make friends.
When she returned to school, it was like a restart for her. I thought it was very important for them to do a play this year. I knew that this would just get her mind off of the pandemic.
It's a great community event, and the students absolutely love it, and it benefits them.
My name is Leah. I'm in 7th grade, and I played Hendrik Van Fust. Being in a performance is just really nerve-wracking, but also exciting. So I was looking for a new opportunity, and I took it up. So
my rehearsal schedule is very tight. I have approximately 6 weeks to put on this show.
Thanks for coming out to audition for The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. It's going to be a great show. We're very, very excited.
This play excited me a lot because I wanted to try out for Frozen in 6th grade, but I had a severe stage fright. Mr. Lane helped me get over my stage fright, so I really wanted to try out. And then in 7th grade, we couldn't do a play because of COVID, so I was really eager to try out for a play in 8th grade.
Being out of school for so long, she became even more introverted and isolated. It heightened her anxiety going into a large group because there had been that distance for so long. Her acting classes led to some real help with that. It actually benefited her.
My name is Dietrich Nunez. I'm in 8th grade. I'm playing Brom Bowden, and I'm in Cast A. I wanted to audition because I'm very interested in acting, and I would like to be an actor when I grow up.
My name is Peter Joseph Nunez, and I am the parent of Diedrich Quito Nunez. I was actually kind of excited, and I think I was feeding off of his energy because he was excited. Once he figured out that he wanted to go into acting, it was good to see that passion and flair. So
I was amazed at the amount of students that showed up. We had a lot. I split the auditions into 2 days. That would, for crowd control purposes, for social distancing.
When you come in, I'm going to distance you. I'm going to set the room up in a social distance where I want you to remove the mask when you read, because I want to be able to see your facial expressions and hear you better.
Yeah, we just had to read it and show expression, but we couldn't really move around because COVID.
It's a cold read. They come in, I hand them the script, and I tell them a little bit about the characters and what they're supposed to do and how they're supposed to read it, and they read. Now, I know for a fact that all of them are very nervous, and that's to be expected. So I don't take off if they stumble over words or, if they mess something up. I don't care about that. What I care about is personality. Because at a middle school level, that's, they're not trained. I'm just looking for their natural personality. But I have to look past the nerves, which can be difficult sometimes.
I almost got into a play, but it got canceled due to COVID, so this is technically my first play ever.
I was very nervous. I was incredibly nervous going into auditions.
I had my script up and was reading. It was shaking so badly I could not read the lines.
I was very nervous. I didn't really know why. I was just nervous because I didn't think I was good enough to be in the play.
I know you're nervous. I know it's nerve-wracking. I know it's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna just breathe, relax. Don't take it seriously. We want to put on a show. We just want to have a good time.
Every time there's auditions, it's natural for you to be nervous, but when you're in the middle of the auditions, it kind of wears off once you're really into what you're doing.
When we went up there, I was with my friend, so it was okay.
During the audition process, I was very nervous because that was my first play I've ever done. Once I got in there, it was very, they were very chill about it. So, it wasn't that bad. It was a very comforting environment.
Are you showing me some type of character? Are you showing me facial expression? How well are you interacting with the other person you're auditioning with? Is there a chemistry?
I think I could have done a little bit better, but genuinely, I was very proud of how I did.
Very good read, guys. Very good read. Thank you.
He was like, wow. He was like, and I was just like, yay, I think I did good.
For once in my life, I actually thought I did a really good audition, and I felt proud of myself, because I usually doubt myself a lot.
I think I did an okay audition. I thought I did an okay job, but I did see people that I thought were better than me.
If you do not get cast, don't take it to heart, and don't take it like, oh my gosh, I'm terrible, they don't like me. I have seen a lot of students, and it's very difficult. I have to narrow it down to 18 people. A lot of kids come up to me and they're like, well, what did I do wrong? You did nothing wrong. It's just that I found the actors that I need, that I think would best fit this role.
You know, I didn't really mind if I didn't get in because sometimes there are other people who are just meant for those parts, and I understand.
So after looking at it, with the Delta variant going up and cases going up, I decided to do something that I've never done before, and that is double cast the show. I have a cast A and a cast B. And usually I only have 3 performances. Now we have 4. Each cast gets 2 performances.
In the history of me working at AG Wright for 21 years, I've never had a double cast before. So this is history. Now, why a cast A and why a cast B? Because unfortunately, due to COVID, if one of my cast members gets exposed or needs to quarantine, I want another cast ready to roll.
The thought of 2 different casts was very ingenious because it allowed all the students that wanted to participate to have that opportunity after everything that's gone on with them, and so much of their life was taken away, cut out. This was an amazing way to do it, and I think that it should be that way going forward, whether there's this risk of COVID in, day-to-day life or not.
I actually really like that. Like, even if there wasn't COVID, like if that COVID-19 didn't exist, I still think it's a good idea in case someone gets sick.
My name is Alex. I am in 8th grade. I think it was a smart decision on Mr. Lane's behalf.
It gave like more opportunity for people, one, but also it's like good to have that backup because someone on either cast could have very easily gotten COVID.
So Mr. Lane did talk to me about the idea of having 2 casts, and I would have never thought about it, but as usual, the professionals who are just really in the trenches know exactly what needs to be done. And he looked forward and he thought, ultimately, COVID is scary because it spreads so easily. So if one cast were to get it, there's a strong possibility that the whole cast would get it. So I thought it was genius to have an opportunity for a cast A and a cast B, not to mention that it doubled the opportunity of the students that got to participate in this. So I thought that was really great.
It should be always done that way.
The greatest thing that has come from this is that more kids have an opportunity to be in the school play. It's just a great feeling to see the group of kids working together.
There was a part of me that was like, you didn't get it, there's no way, there are people better than you. When I first saw that I did get the part, I was extremely happy that I got it.
Well, when I found out I got the part, it was actually in the middle of science, and I was like jumping up and down. I was so happy.
How I found out was there was a piece of paper on the drama room door that just had all the student names. When it was Friday, I ran into the school, and then my friend told me, you got Katrina, and I immediately ran up to the door and signed my name, and then I was so happy.
That cast list. Initial your name next to that part, and that lets me know that you've accepted the role.
I couldn't find my name, so I'm like, oh, I didn't get in, okay. And I got sort of sad, and then I looked again, and I saw my name on cast B. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got in, and I just quickly signed it to make sure that I didn't forget and just walk away.
I think my parents were really proud of me, and that made me very happy. And it was a great feeling, being one of the lead roles. Even though there was a lot of stress and pressure in having those lines.
I was actually really excited because this is, like I said, one of the first times I've ever been in a play.
I was very excited. That was my first play. I always felt really happy about it.
Yeah, I've been amazed at the fact that I was able to have Cast A and Cast B, and the amount of talent that is in both of them. I honestly was panicked at first. I thought, oh my gosh, not enough are going to audition, or not enough of them are talented enough to pull off the role. But no, I mean, everyone is just unbelievable. They each bring their own personality to it. I'm very pleased. I'm exceptionally pleased.
One of the things that I'm going to tell you right now, don't wait. As soon as you get your script, start learning your lines.
When I got my part, I was very happy with it because I, you know, you always think like, wow, it's gonna be really cool to play a lead. Then when you see all the lines you have to memorize and how much pressure, it's kind of, I feel like it's harder to enjoy it.
It didn't matter if I only had 13 lines. I was just so happy that I made it.
Our time is crunched. We open in 6 weeks. All right, now.
I've had 2 backouts. One kid, I think, just got overwhelmed, but luckily, I have someone in that cast already that's going to play a double part. There's always, a plan B. And sometimes that's the thing with dealing with middle schoolers is be prepared for the unexpected and be prepared to deal with it.
All right, well, welcome everybody. Hello.
Hello.
As you know, I'm Mr. Lane. I'm the director of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Here's the deal. When I do a show, I don't do a middle school show. I treat it as a professional, quality show that you would see outside of school.
I try and treat it as if this was a real show, not a middle school show.
We spend a lot of time, a lot of money, and I cast the best talent. The reason why you are here is you gave an incredible audition. Your talent, the way you act, the way you read, it was magic. It was awesome. And this is going to be, I hope, one of the best experiences you will ever have.
I am doing something interesting with this version. I'm having it set in the 1980s.
It's the 1980s rendition, and Rudy Lane has helped modify that script quite a bit in a lot of really neat ways.
So your costumes are going to be big hair, hairspray, neon colors. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay.
That's awesome. Switching up how a play usually is kind of makes it more unique and special, so I thought that it was a good idea for Mr. Lane to be switching up what the time was supposed to be.
I want your parents, I want your family, I want your friends to come out of this production when the show's over going, wow. And that's exactly what we're going to do.
He really manages to pull it off. It doesn't matter who is in the auditions. He brings everyone together and it ends up being something different than we thought it would be, but it goes great. My name is Evie. I'm in 8th grade. I played Katrina Van Tassel, and I was in Cast A. When we had our first rehearsal, it was in the drama room, and we kind of just read through our scripts, and I got to know everyone.
I'm Leah, and I'm playing Hendrik.
I'm Riley, and I'm playing Farmer Study.
Farmer Stewie.
I was worried that I wouldn't really be able to make friends with anyone there because everyone seemed nervous, which was normal.
My name is Mia Mason. I am in 8th grade, and I played Miss Trenkler on Cast B.
Go for it. Do it. Yeah.
I didn't really know anyone. I had like one friend there, so we kind of just like made our own little like group. We just kind of talked to each other.
Well, my name is Callie. My grade is 8th, and my role on the crew was lighting. I remember first rehearsal because it was really awkward. Nobody wanted to speak.
My name is Madison. I am in 8th grade, and I was part of tech crew. When rehearsal started, it was a little rocky. Personally, I had no idea what was going on. It was really confusing to me.
I think the hardest part for me was feeling accepted.
I think the play has actually really helped with me making friends and talking to people and getting out of my shell. My name is Alyssa Cook. I am Katrina Van Tassel. I am Cast B, and I am in 8th grade. Yeah, it's helped a lot with how I feel about myself, and it made me feel happy that I actually got a part in the play because I doubted myself a lot.
She loves this so much that it even became a therapy for her. It actually gave her a sense of importance.
So after like a few like rehearsals, we kind of like talked to each other like as a group more. We like knew each other. It was a lot less nerve-wracking and more just fun.
Let's talk about masks. I have not gotten a straight answer yet on masks, so here's what I'm doing until they tell me otherwise. When we perform on stage, you will not have a mask on. When you go backstage, you will have to put it back on.
I got an email from the county of performance guidelines. And I say guidelines because I don't know if they're rules or not. They want the performers masked on stage. I don't want that. I want them unmasked. If I can block it 3 feet to 6 feet apart, what's to say I can't have them unmasked on stage, and then when they go backstage, they put their masks back on?
The masks are kind of a sore point because when you're performing, when you're acting, when you're moving about and you're focusing on lines, and you don't want something covering your face, not just for the breathing, but just so your audience can see your facial expression.
In the very beginning of the year, when the masks were the hot topic, I did not hear one thing from one student.
Leah has never had any issues with wearing the mask. She actually takes it very seriously, even when we were out and about and they weren't mandated into stores anymore. She still felt comfortable. She says that it'll make other people feel comfortable.
This is how it is, you know? It's just this year.
It definitely affected like our expression, but I think I was fine with it because I've been used to wearing the masks by now. Like, it's just a habit. When I don't have a mask, I'm like, I'm missing something.
The masks during rehearsals, you couldn't see the facial expressions, so it kind of hard to tell the thing that they were trying to convey.
Nonsense. Finger in your mouth and the bad luck goes away.
It was so hard to like speak, like to project because we had the mask on. And like he told us to speak up, but it still sounded muffled. He couldn't make out what we were saying most of the time.
I mean, like, of course it's annoying because like you can't project as much. I know how to drive old cars.
My name is Adriana. I am in 8th grade. I have to say it was a bit difficult because we would be in the back waiting for our cues and we couldn't hear them say their line because they were so muffled and they weren't projecting their voice as much.
All right, if this is the party, it's got to go. Again, there's this long pause. We can't have these long pauses. It's got to go smooth.
They were stressful because of the masks. I didn't particularly like them because in some of the scenes, specifically the party scene, we did a lot of dancing and moving around, and I became out of breath and couldn't catch my breath with the masks on.
I honestly think that hiding behind a mask can inhibit their ability to convey expression and to really grow into their character because they know that people can't see their face entirely, and that's a weak spot.
If I can get the admin to clear it, then maybe we're good. If not, there are these plastic masks. They're clear, they go over your ears like glasses, and it's clear, like it's noticeable, but it's not noticeable. And I don't want to do that. I want a performance and nothing to hinder it. And I think it constricts the actor. I think it stifles something.
It will still allow some of the actors' faces to be seen, but it's not ideal.
But again, I have to be safe. I mean, I get it, but I'm frustrated because I want it to be like it should be.
I mean, let's be honest, none of the COVID precautions, as necessary as they might be, are ideal. It's something we have to work around. So it has caused a little bit of a stir, but we are trying to work through it the best way we know how.
All right, here we go. I'm going to start the timer. Everyone should be on page 1. Pirate, Indian chief, and I'm going to right here. Ready? Oh, and where it says phantom.
My name is Emma. I am in 8th grade and I was film crew. In the beginning, they were kind of confused on their lines, what to do, because they had the script in their hands.
They're like, I'm slowly learning the parts over time. Of course, because of the tight schedule, I had to like really focus my thoughts into that.
Once, I've said this a lot, once you have those lines memorized, oh man, can we have some fun.
It was very hard for me to learn my lines.
That script is probably laying on their dresser, 5 times out of 10, and then they'll just pick it up and bring it to rehearsal with them.
If I'm being honest with you, I didn't. I did not practice my lines.
Well, some nights I did forget to do a little studying of my lines, and I should have been better about that.
Technically, no, I did not study my lines as much.
It is their age, it is their maturity level, comes with the territory.
Well, of course, I did have issues with that a bit, but I made sure to always read through my lines. Sometimes I would go into my bedroom, open up the script, and just read through it whenever I had the spare time.
She's very dedicated. At the beginning, she had me go through some of them, but after that, she just took off.
When they're looking at the script, they're reading it instead of putting emotion, and it also constricts their movement. If they're holding the script on stage like this and they're buried into it, they can't move. They can't move their arms. They can't walk. They can't play to the stage. I'm constantly telling them, play to this area. You're downstage. You have this entire area to walk around and have the freedom to move. And most of the time, because of those books, they stay in one spot and the blocking gets, very cluttered. Not to put pressure on you and not to make you go, but we open in 4 weeks. We got 4 weeks to put this show on. All right? 4 weeks. There's a million things going on in my head right now. Will they have their lines memorized? Will things fall into place? You just got to let things go and hope for the best. It's like this. This is your prisoner. This is keeping you in prison. As soon as you let go of that, we can do some magic. All right, I'm not buying that you're angry. No, don't apologize. We gotta fix it. So stomp out there. Use everything about you to get that anger.
Yeah, like stomp when you walk.
Not like that, but just sternly. Where's my goal? All right. Lincoln, you gotta put fear in him. All right. I wish some of them would get more into their roles. Try to explore more instead of just going through what I tell them to do. I notice none of you are interacting with one another. All right? Don't be afraid to do that.
My name is Riley. I am in 7th grade, and I am Cast A, and I play Farmer Stewie. My lines are getting there.
Farmer Stewie, what I need you to do is more personality, more vocalness, stretch out those words. All right? Instead of, come along, man, don't be shy. Come along, man, don't be shy.
I feel like I've gotten a lot better as the character as we've gone on.
I met him.
Yeah, there we go. That's good.
My name is Jacob Branson. I'm in 7th grade. I am currently playing Ichabod Crane, and I'm in Cast A. It's it's beginning to really stressful because I can I only have Act 1 memorized, and Act 2 all my lines get super long. It's getting kind of hard. I really wish COVID ruined the whole entire process.
At this point, I would like to have seen both casts off book more so than they are. And the fact that we are supposed to be off book completely next week concerns me. Character-wise, guys, hello. I'm almost done. Hello. Character-wise, you've come a long way. All right.
At first, it was hard to keep them focused because they hadn't had after-school activities in a while.
Well, some issues that we had during rehearsals is that we were a little bit too chatty.
Okay, lights up, go Ichabod. Guys, please, quiet backstage. Yes, I do have issues of focus and distraction at rehearsals. I've had several issues with noise backstage. I'm trying to hear cues, I'm trying to get the actors, and noise backstage, man. You talk about talking and conversations, and I'm trying to think at the same time ideas of what I can do for each scene. And it's kind of frustrating when I'm saying, all right, noise backstage, noise backstage. Please keep it quiet backstage.
we got yelled at for being too loud a few times because it's how we are.
They might have missed their cues because of playing around backstage.
It was just chaotic. Almost no one was really paying attention.
Some of them would also get distracted and miss their cues.
Guys, it's still noisy backstage. Please, keep it quiet. We're missing cues out here.
Yes, there are some days where I do feel like I'm talking to a wall, but there are other days where I feel like I'm getting through. What's remarkable, everything always seems to come together.
As time moved on, I started to get my hopes up that we would be okay.
It started to really come together.
It was like really chaotic, but it was like a ball. I had a great time.
We had a lot of people making sure that we stayed on task.
She was always in such a peppy mood and so happy. I just loved watching her blossom, and like a social life was just like, it made my heart be happy for her.
Because Act 2 is very short. We can get through Act 2. I'd like to start running the show. Next week, we run the show in its entirety. Then we only have one more week of rehearsal. So guys, please, 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 run the scripts. Run your lines, learn your lines, do what you gotta do. All right? You're there, almost. You got talent, you've got the capability. All right, you have it in you, for sure.
Do you have a favorite cast?
Do I have a favorite cast?
Yeah. Probably.
No, I don't. No, I don't view it like that. I like to view it as unique individuals. It's kind of neat.
Cast B asked, do I like one cast better than the other, or who's your favorite cast? I was like, I really don't look at it like that. They're individually unique.
One of my best friends is actually playing Ichabod as well. Like I really don't care if like they do better or not. There's like no competition between us. We're just in it for like just to have fun.
Both of the casts were like really supportive of each other. They were both kind of like I want to be better than the other one, or I want to be on the same level.
Cast A was like one like rehearsal week before us, so we were like, okay, they're off book before us. Now we need to also get to that level, like be off book. Like it was like that kind of thing, because we did want to be like equal, I think.
The point was basically to have fun. I mean, to me, it was a competition. Everything's competition to me.
I think the competition is good. It makes you push yourself to be your best, and I think that there was also a lot of support. For the most part, I think it was like friendly and it was like good competition.
Competition amongst the casts? Oh yeah. But I wouldn't go so far as to say there was animosity or even any kind of irritation, feuds. This just came across as friendly one-up competition. And each time they watched each other perform, they wanted to see what they were doing different, whether they were better or worse, or if they needed improvement. And I know for a fact that each one of those individuals were taking ideas and cues from the other. So I thought that was nice. I did. I enjoyed that. It was kind of a little back and forth.
I have this feeling that they were much more watching each other and kind of taking from each other the positives, kind of building each other up more than tearing each other down. So I'm hoping that there was a healthy competition.
I feel like one thing that happened was that we were compared too much with each other, and I don't think that was fair because, you know, both casts should have their own ways of acting everything out in the story. You know, people have different ways of expressing themselves, and that's important. So it isn't good to compare any of the casts with each other because there are different people, so the show's just going to be different, and that's the way it is.
I try not to have each cast look at each other as competition. I try and get them to say that each of them are different and unique. You know, they're two separate casts.
I did wish that I could be like we could like do more things as like both the casts, but I understand how we couldn't because like COVID. And with COVID, we have to bend everything so that we can all be safe, which is a good thing.
I've been very lucky. Both casts have been great and healthy and good.
But everyone is doing a fantastic job. I mean, really, really good. And it's going to get even better. I'm telling you.
I'm hoping their stress and nerves will get them to settle down. The closer we get to showtime and they know it's more on them and there's going to be a crowd, there's going to be an audience, I'm hoping that's when things will kick into gear and they will calm down. Hopefully.
Okay, everybody. Hello. So, big changes since we last talked, but good stuff. Okay. So, here's the deal. I had a meeting with Ms. Hegna this morning, and we have come up with something extremely fantastic, extraordinary. We're now going to do the show outdoors.
What?
If we do the show outdoors, this means these go away.
So the guidelines were sent out finally from the county as far as what we could do and what we can't do when it comes to performances. If it is indoors, it has to be masked, audience and actors. I can't get around it.
Regardless of what you're doing, if you are inside, you're wearing a mask on school property.
So, what can you do? How can you do it without masks? The guidelines stated if it is done outdoors, no masks are required, and that goes for the actors and the audience. So our whole goal here is to move the show outside.
It all started really with Mr. Lane and I just having an off-the-wall, joking kind of conversation about if we could do it outdoors. Our real goal was to get rid of the masks.
I think that's important because that's the way performances should be, and that's the way they want to be remembered. I don't think a parent wants to take a picture of their kid on stage with a mask on. And it also impairs the performance. When you wear that cloth, it conceals. And again, these characters need to be out there.
He told us that we're doing it outside. I got so happy. It was amazing.
I know that she said they struggled with indoors with the mask with the audio, and it was hard to project, and they sounded really muffled.
I really liked the idea of doing it without masks because I did not want it to be muffled, because if the sound was muffled, you would not be able to make out what we were saying, and the play would make absolutely no sense.
When they moved it outside, she was much happier about that, so she said the whole play just sounded better.
So jokingly, we were kind of conversing about doing it outdoors, but the more we joked about it, it became a serious conversation pretty quickly because we realized, just through the course of playing around, that this might actually be possible.
Yeah, so Mr. Lane spoke to me about the idea of doing the production outdoors. And my question to him was like, can you do that? And he was very confident in his students and in everybody who was helping him that they could get it done. And so I was all in because I just have faith that Mr. Lane knows his job, and he's just phenomenal.
James Foster and I found a location. We're going to take a field trip today to show you what's going on and how it's going to be done. All right, so imagine we are in the cafeteria right now. Downstage, this is the edge of the stage right here. Your audience is going to be all throughout this entire area. Your stage is this awning right here. Downstage is the edge. You have all of this area to perform, and your upstage area ends right about here. So this entire area will be performance.
I am very excited to try this out. A little nervous, a little bit stressed, but also very excited. Working outdoors in the elements without the support of the stage that we're used to will be something special.
I will say it sounds phenomenal out there. It sounds better out there than it does in the cafeteria. I think we have more control of the sound. It's beautiful the way that system is set up.
The stuff that people think would be the most complex is really the easiest. Lighting and sound seems to be what we have the most capability in.
When I first heard about the play being outside, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty disappointed because I thought it wouldn't be cool or wouldn't be fun. But right when we started rehearsing outside, I was pretty excited for show night.
I remember liking watching the rehearsals when they were on the stage, but then I remember loving it when we went outside. It was really nice. It was really fun.
Yeah. The only difference, look, the only difference you're looking at, instead of coming in and out on the side, you're just making it from upstage. That's it. Everything else remains the same. The party scene remains the same. Everything remains the same.
It'll feel so much spookier since it'll be nighttime.
I think it'll be, yeah.
It'll be amazing.
It'll be amazing. The fact that it'll be dark outside.
We're gonna have to change the blocking.
Oh boy. So when I was deciding to move outdoors, I worried about a lot of things. We're gonna be on this little platform. I did not think people would be able to see us, like from the back. And I thought we need the curtains. We need the wind might mess up the mics. I wanted to perform on a stage.
I didn't think there would be enough room for the stage and to have all these scenes play out on there, because the stage inside, much bigger.
It's gonna be hard once we get outside because it's so tiny. It's much smaller than the actual stage.
At this point, we're still really trying to hash out exactly how we're going to approach some of those challenges.
But I think it would be awesome. I think it would be great to do this outdoors.
When I heard that the play was going to be outdoors, I was happy to know that the kids wouldn't have to wear masks. And then I was a little concerned with the weather. Is this whole thing going to get canceled?
To have two locations as potential places to cast the play means that you have to account for the possibility of switching at the last second from one spot to the other.
Worst case scenario, if it rains or weather, the only thing that's going to be an issue is weather.
In order to move everything indoors, we would have to make the call pretty early. That will hopefully give us enough time to move everything indoors.
And looking at the situation, we walked outside, and there is quite a few obstacles to overcome, but nothing so substantial that it would stop us from doing this.
Okay. Yes, Katie. We have portable lighting. Everything is portable, doable, and recreatable, if that's a word. In fact, I said to James before we even do it, I said, I want it to look like in here, out there, and if it's not possible, I'm not doing it.
The feeling that I got from the cast when we first endeavor to have a rehearsal outside was a little confusion. They had gotten used to their blocking on the stage, and it almost felt like they were having to double process at first. I could tell it was an adjustment. There was an adjustment period for the cast. Once that adjustment period was done, they took off like rockets. It was pretty good.
You're going to be playing the two. Okay. So you'll turn him. If anyone's walking home, it should be me.
I really enjoyed and was really happy when we went outside and we were able to do rehearsals without masks. It was so much easier to breathe, and then running back and forth was a little bit easier. But I also enjoyed what it looked like when we were rehearsing outside at nighttime, because it was the time that we would actually be performing and stuff, and the scenery really fit the play.
I think that the aspect of having to play outdoors just kind of added to the play.
The best part, we're going to do it outside, so we don't have to wear a mask, and that I just feel like that will really just make it so much better. It's going to be nighttime, it's going to be spooky, we're going to open up around Halloween, and since it's mainly kind of like a spooky story, I think it will be perfect.
When they decided to move the play outdoors, I think I thought it was like a great idea. I think it turned out to be just the way I thought it was always supposed to be.
Outdoors is, I think, really kind of cool. The fact that we'll have stars, we'll have the moon, we'll have a very cool atmosphere. You guys can be unmasked, we're outdoors, and it would just be kind of cool. And history. We've never done a theatrical show outside, ever.
I liked the idea of going outside because it was new. It being outside was kind of like that being the first thing in all of these school plays kind of made it feel really special. It was like it made it feel a lot more, I don't know, unique in a way, because moving it outdoors made, the scenery look different, everything looked a little different.
I think that moving the play outdoors was a great idea. it gave a different feel for the whole thing, and it was dark, and I just thought this was the best way to do it.
I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think your parents are gonna love it. I think to be outside, on a nice, cool, evening to watch a live show with special effects, it's gonna rock. And these go away. All right, like I said though, plan B, I've got masks for you. We'll move it in here. The show must go on. I'm really focusing on the outdoors. I really wanna go for the outdoor show, simply because masks go away. And I think it would be a cooler environment to do Sleepy Hollow outdoors. Just has a very cool night vibe to it. However, you really want to see stress. The cafeteria where we have the stage, nothing is set up. It's all set up for outdoors. So if we have to make the call due to rain, heavy rain, it's gonna be something else trying to get everything back into the cafeteria and set up for there.
It is a bit of a challenge, I'm not going to lie, and it is a little bit of a concern, but the saving grace is our tech crew. With 11 hands on board, there's not much that we can't do given 2 or 3 hours of time.
So lighting, working with the projector has not been done yet. Still working on getting some backdrops up. That's easy stuff, but again, the technical aspect of the show. Bringing the pumpkins out, getting that horse to work right, timing of the digital set of the projector, and my mind has not stopped. I've got 1 week. 1 week. But what keeps me going is, no matter what happens, I think the crowd will love it.
All right, let's wrap this up, guys. Come on, let's do this. Lights up right.
I'll get you some.
Change the image to the town. All right, keep going.
I mean, where would he have gone? It's the headless horseman!
You guys did a lot better than the other rehearsal. It was tighter. It was yes, there were some glitches there, but it was a lot better tonight than it has been. And I want to keep that momentum.
So as we got closer to showtime, kids were getting more excited, more nervous. And what I do is I try and reiterate that who is out in that audience? Your family, your friends, your relatives, people that love and will support you no matter what. And that kind of makes them, calm down a little bit. And then that makes them excited, like, okay, now I'm ready to perform.
You are extremely talented. You have what it takes. The energy is there. You are going to amaze me. I know a good show when I see one, and you guys have it.
They get excited, they get nervous. I always, I want everything to go well. I want them to have the best experience ever. I'm trying to create memories for them throughout their lives, and I want them to look back on this and say, you know what, that was a blast. We had a great time.
I've had so much fun on this show. I really have. I've enjoyed every moment of it.
The most work and fun at the same time.
We're going home, James and I, we're going home exhausted, but it's a happy.
It's like
It's a happy exhaustion. It's like what we have done and what we've accomplished. Considering COVID, considering masks, considering double casts, considering everything, it's been great. We just need the weather to cooperate.
I was a wreck. I was such a wreck. In your head, you just want everything to go well. You want everyone to be happy. You want everyone to be like, yeah, that was awesome.
You're getting more confident with it, so I think you're ready to roll. The show is now in your hands. That's it. Good luck. Break a leg. I'll see you Wednesday, 6 o'clock home.
I think both casts were definitely ready and capable of performing opening night, for sure.
Program.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, thank you.
The cast, I think, was really nervous.
and they were like freaking out. They were like being really loud too in the drama room.
We were so excited.
Cast and crew were really nervous, especially on opening night, because they were scared. It was like the first show they've done in a while, if they have done a show, and they were freaking out. You could tell that they were scared.
Settle down. You are going on stage in a few minutes.
Everyone was like nervous for the performance.
Okay, guys. I need everyone over here, please. Okay. Guys, I just want to say congratulations. We made it.
We did it.
We worked so hard. It's okay, Zaya. It's okay.
No, we haven't yet.
You've got a fantastic crowd out there. All your family, all your friends. You are going to give the best show ever. The weather is perfect out there, and all I want you to do is have a great time. So enjoy this night. Make the best of it. Break a leg. You got
Okay, I'll
this.
break a leg.
All right.
I'm actually gonna break a leg. I'm working on it. Okay, perfect. I'll take the leg.
I need people to take places, please.
On like the first day, like the first performance, like right before I went out, I was so nervous.
I was very nervous right before I actually started to have a panic attack, but people helped me through that.
You could feel the energy. They are just vibrating with, oh, I'm so nervous and I want to go out and then finally, when they get out on stage and they just bring that energy out, that's when you really see the hard work that they put into it.
We ask you to sit back, relax. You're going to have a fantastic time. And without further ado, enjoy The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Church bells tolls and the thunder rolls and the night is black as pitch. Beware, beware, beware. When the owl hoots and the crow roots and the land is cold and dark. Beware, beware, beware. Beware the galloping hooves.
When I went on stage, everything like fell into place and it all felt right. And I was like, I've done this multiple times before.
I do it out of the kindness of my heart. I was like speeding through it, but I could not help it. I was aware that I was speeding through, but I couldn't stop it. But the second day, it was a lot easier. And after that first line, I was like, okay, I can do this. This is all right.
As soon as the kids started acting, it all came together. It was almost reminiscent of Shakespeare in the Park. There was like this echo about it that seems kind of creepy, and that's just what you expect at the Halloween time.
I ain't forget Rob Bones and some of the Sleepy Hollow boys.
I think the setting was perfect. And the night that I went, it was probably the best weather of all, and it was clear and just a little windy, but it definitely enhanced the theme for Sleepy Hollow. And then to have, the Headless Horseman walking around, it was a great setup. It was really good.
I don't know if it was an accident or what was going on, but they had the Headless Horseman over to the side holding a pumpkin up. It was so great because that's how you always picture and visualize the Headless Horseman in the books when you read them. Is he's always watching. He's always just in the shadows.
The band teacher, the chorus teacher, the assistant band director, they all came out outside and watched because a lot of kids that did band and chorus were in the show. And I went to them the next day and all of them said the outdoor venue was amazing, that they absolutely loved it.
Ichabod Crane!
It was like just really cool. There was pumpkins everywhere. There was lights, steam fog lights. It was really cool.
My takeaway from this year's performance is anything's possible. I never thought I would do a show outdoors. Never thought I would be working with two different casts at the same time. Never thought I would be in a position where I would have to even consider having actors masked and audiences masked. So that's one thing I take away from it. The other one is the amazing hard work and performance quality we got out of that show. It was, in my humble opinion, I think it was fantastic. It was nothing but a positive experience. It was incredible. I take away a lot of things, a lot of positive memories from doing the show.
It's him! It's the Headless Horseman!
Katrina and Brom Bones were married that summer.
Well, as for Ichabod Crane, he was never seen again.
Some believe that the Headless Horseman got him.
Do you?
They were so proud. They were so happy.
Every time after we finished the play, we would run off stage screaming in happiness. It was amazing.
They all had smiles on their faces and they looked like they really enjoyed it. I was really happy for them and excited that they were able to do that, especially during COVID.
I remember them coming out and taking their final bow, and then as they were leaving the stage, they didn't wait. They didn't wait to get backstage. They just screamed with joy, and they were so proud and so happy.
After it ended, everyone started just screaming. Me being one of said people. Everyone started screaming. It was really cool, just to have that experience of after that whole thing, something we'd been working up to for a month now. It was finally coming to fruition, and it was finally super exciting and exhilarating to have finally done the thing we've been preparing for.
I saw a lot of kids who were really, really proud of themselves. Yeah, I got teary-eyed.
My reaction to all of it was very excited. When you see your child kind of have a passion and they kind of give everything and they dedicate so much time to it, and seeing it through, it definitely was very, very overjoyous.
Cast was super excited, running around, seeing their families, and they were getting gifts, and they were just overall so happy.
That to me was the best feeling, to see them come together as one unit and just celebrate. There was just a celebration in the atmosphere. But yeah, they were all, I've never heard such screaming with joy, and they were so proud of themselves, as they should have been. We all worked very hard on this, and we wanted it to be a success, and it really was. And yeah, they were beside themselves.
When I saw my sister on stage, I was like, I don't know, I don't really have many words. It was just really cool. And to see, I've never seen that side of her, to see her acting, it was just amazing.
Her twin sister, who at times, they will be at each other's throats because they are different types of people. She begged me to allow her to be the first one to give her the flowers instead of Mom, because she wanted her sister to know how proud she was of her.
I felt accomplished, and it was really nice. I got 2 bouquets from my mom and my friend, and yes, a lot of people were congratulating me.
It made me feel really happy because everyone seemed to be proud of how everyone did.
They put so much work into it.
Yeah.
And,
I'm so happy that they're able to do it. You know what happened last year and knowing they were doing it this way? This is wonderful.
Parents were happy. I remember one dad coming up to me and shaking my hand and smiling and just, congratulations, great job. I got a lot of thank yous. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for putting on this production. I think the parents were very appreciative of the hard work and effort that we put into it. So I got a lot of thank yous. I've got a lot of positive feedback.
The most memorable feedback that I got was not somebody coming to speak to me. It was truly observing the kids on that last day and watching them just not want it to end.
I was just complaining to Alyssa that I was so upset that it was over. Really upset. I was crying the other day because it was over, and I was afraid I wouldn't get to see my friends.
I do think that it really helped me grow and come out of my shell. And it helped me talk to more people and actually enjoy being at school and enjoy talking to people about things. And I 100% would do this again. My mom said that I did an amazing job, and I said, I'm glad you like it because I'm going to be doing this all through high school.
Would I do it again? Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Yes, 100% in a heartbeat.
On Friday, after the show, I just remember looking over and seeing like a circle of spectators on their knees in front of Mr. Lane, like doing this whole bow down, like, you're amazing, you're amazing. And I was just like, well, this is hysterical, but also so earned, because this, like, just the way that they are so like, he's our hero is just so very childlike, which I love about our kids. You know, like, they're all very, very, like, they're not embarrassed about anything. They throw it all out on the line, and they really do see Mr. Lane as just this hero that is willing to put in the time and the effort to give them these experiences that they can't get anywhere else. So it was really, really, really cool.
Mr. Lane is a great director, and I'm really glad I had this opportunity. It's been an honor being able to be in this play. I'm really happy I did it.
She loved being in the play. She made some really, really good friends that she really needed.
I feel like plays can like boost your confidence sometimes because it pushes you to your limits if you're soft-spoken like me. And it was just amazing. I loved it. And I highly recommend it.
I wouldn't have wanted it to be any different. Everything that it was made it special, especially during this year.
The show must go on. It's the oldest saying in the business. The show must go on.
Wow. You're great. You guys did such a fantastic job. Oh, wow. I'm really going to miss this. It was so much fun doing this show. Very exhausting, but so much fun. We really had a blast, and they really shined. I mean, from the very beginning up to this performance, they've come a long way. So I'm very proud of them. And thank you, parents. Thank you so much for all of your support and all your love in this endeavor as well. Really appreciate it.
You could just see how proud all the kids were of finishing the play, and it was like just an accomplishment.
It was awesome. We were bouncing up and down. Everyone was so like bubbly and cheery. It was amazing.
It was such like a what is the word? A liberating feeling, honestly. Like having the clapping and all the music going and everybody smiling and like cheering and like, you know, it was really great, honestly.
And some kids would come on the night they weren't performing and then congratulate their friends who were on the other cast, which I thought was really sweet of them.
I got a lot of congratulations from my friends, you know, like, that's my best friend, and screaming that at everyone.
I feel like I just made an achievement, like, you know, like something I would remember later on in my life. I'm really glad I got to be in the performance.
It was a really good experience, and I'm glad that the show went on.
I am really thankful for this opportunity. I'm really glad that we all got to do this, and I really enjoyed it.
The experience was super fun, and I'm really grateful that I was able to be a part of it.
I felt like they were happy, and I really appreciate how hard they went. I was like, wow, great job. I like wanted to hug Eva Lee, so I was like so proud of her. I was so proud.
It's been one heck of a ride. I'm proud of it. I think the kids are proud of it. And was it worth all of the hard work and the stress and the challenges? Absolutely. And I'd do it again in a heartbeat. In fact, I'm ready to do another show. Not really. I just, next year. Give me a year to recuperate, and then we'll do it.